We have the vice president of the local here, Local 13. And this is a guy that David, Ari, and I both kind of took under our wing. He's the most passionate, dedicated, hard-working young man that you're going to have an opportunity to listen to. And he's fighting the fight, and he's a young man who has a very, very big history behind him, and he has a very, very great future in front of him. So I want to introduce the Vice President of Local 13, Gary Herrera.
Thank you to the family. Thank you so much. Before we get started, I got to say something though. Joe, as much as I appreciate what you said, I am nowhere near this man. I cannot fit in his shoes. To be called him is an honor, but it's something I can't accept. But I do appreciate that. Harry Bridges is a man on his own. With that being said, I'm going to start off by saying this. To all the pensioners here, thank you. We couldn't be here today if it weren't for you. If it wasn't for Harry's vision and you guys to lay down the groundwork for people like me, for all of us. Because of you and your hard work, I'm able to be up here today and fight. We're able to go to the streets and talk about social justice, which is amazing to me. We go outside of our contract because we believe that what we do and where we live is part of who we are. That's what Harry Bridges stood for, and that's what you guys stood for. As you guys are retired here today, you guys go back and give back to the community. For all the years that you put into this union, you live in this community and you give back. And I want to make sure that we protect that those communities don't go down by the waist because of the 1%. Because of Harry Bridges and his vision, we're able to stand here today and fight the fight and go to our community and go to our harbor commissioners where they get to get legislation, they get to protect us from the outside. Diane, Anthony, to me, you guys are heroes. We may not have won that war or that battle, but you stood up against giants. You stood up against all the opposition that was against you. You stood for your family. You stood for your community. You stood for us. So thank you. I'll just say this. I'm truly honored, humbled to be an officer of this great union. My dad started in 1948. My grandfather was a charter member. I've got so many family and friends out here that there's nothing more proud that I've accomplished in this lifetime other than my kids and my granddaughter, who's not mine, but very proud of her, is to be part of this union. This union stands for people when you get to say, this is what I'm worth. You get to sit across the table and negotiate what you're worth. How many other people in the world can do that? Not many. But this union will be on the forefront to fight for those who can. So I'm honored and humbled to the pensioners, to the harbor commissioner, to the council. Joe, thank you, brother, once again. And I didn't mean to leave you out, but you went out there with your heart because the family that you have, you grew up in this town. So from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you to all of us. And let's keep the fight on, guys. Thank you.